What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Well, got a few things to address today. Number one, I want to thank everybody for all the birthday wishes that you've sent me on. Here comes Bruno. All the birthday wishes you sent me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Diet Guy Facebook page. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm overwhelmed with how many people actually took the time out of their day to wish me a happy birthday. I turned 38 today, and I gotta say, year 37 was my best year ever. I mean, I had the best time. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I understand a lot of things. I understand myself. I know who I am, and I'm in a position to help other people, which is pretty cool. So, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. The second thing is we just hit 30,000 subscribers on Bios3. Now, to me, that's huge. I know guys out there got 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, but this is a little guy from Warren, Rhode Island. When I hit 10,000, I was like, holy shit. When I hit 20,000, I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Now I hit this one, 30,000, and I'm just like, I can't believe it's still growing and it's going at the rate that it is. And, you know, I got to thank people like Jason Blaha, who's helped me a lot with a lot of different things. Bday Extreme Fitness, he's given me some advice. Mark Lobliner, who's given me some advice and shout-outs and stuff like that. Frank Yang, Alexander Kang, all the guys in the YouTube fitness community, whether they're in my gym and I train with them or not, you know, it helps that you have these other people to turn to and ask questions to and bounce ideas off of and stuff like that. And they wind up helping you a lot, you know, throughout this journey that is the YouTube fitness community. So thank you guys. Now, I figure, let me shut this thing off and adjust this fucking camera angle. There we go. Now, I figure we'll celebrate my birthday today with a little story time. We haven't had a story time in a while. So story time today is me against the machine. Okay, the machine's not a person. The machine is corporate America. Now, I've worked for at least two of the biggest gym chains in the entire world. And one of them actually, I can't say the names of them because you get sued and all this bullshit, but one of them is absolutely the biggest gym chain in the world and taught me how to do sales, taught me how to be, present myself, taught me how to run a gym. And I was put in the position of being a fitness manager, which was running the personal training staff. Now, when I first got there, all of the sales staff was fired, except for like one guy. So I was actually put in a position where I had to learn how to do sales because they needed someone to fill in. I learned how to open the gym, learn how to close the gym, learn how to do implement systems. I learned how to do all these things that you basically need to do to run a gym, which is good. That's like going to college to learn how to run a gym and really grasping the concepts and finding your own way to be able to implement these things so that you can run a gym. So essentially I learned how to run a gym, which is like, you know, like I said, going to college for learning how to run a gym. Now, as I was so I'm trying to be careful with my words. As I was the manager of this personal training staff, I had about 9 trainers that were training underneath me. And one of them was she would sell packages left and right. I mean, a lot of the people would, but she was selling a lot of personal training packages. And the top executive people, the president of the company, etc., they kind of picked her out. They said, okay, this is who we're going to focus on. We were actually the biggest of these gym chains on the entire East Coast money-wise. And we always had the upper echelon looking at us. So we're in a conference call one day. Now, mind you, I had to deflect a lot of things for my trainers. I had to eat a lot of shit for things in order to get them to, you know, not feel overwhelmed and stuff, which is fine. That's part of the job. So during a conference call, the president of this company, I mean, this is the president, this is the top guy, says, you know, take these individuals, which one of them was on my staff, and post their names in your break room and say, you know, try to be like them. Try to change lives like they are. They're changing lives, la 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 la, and it was all about money. That's what corporate is about. Corporate's about numbers. Hit the numbers, get me the money. You can hit your numbers Tuesday, you come in Wednesday, like, hey, what are you doing today? I'm like, I just brought in $50,000 yesterday. Like, yeah, what have you done for me today? They just don't give a shit. It's all about the numbers. And at that point, I kind of backed up and was like, if I put this person's name up and I have, you know, 8 other trainers, what if they get insulted by it? This could cause rifts between my staff, as well as, you know, just because this person's making money doesn't mean the other people aren't changing people's lives. That's just a false. You can't do that. So I showed it to my assistant, trainer, or my assistant manager. And I said, what do you think of this? If I showed you this, would you be insulted by this? And he was like, yeah, I would absolutely be insulted. This is bullshit. I think he said, fucking bullshit. If you guys know who I'm talking, some of you guys are watching this, you know by the way I say that who it is. So the next conference call we had, they said, did you place the papers with the people's names in the room? And I said, no, I didn't. So now this is the president of the company. And I don't know why I thought I had so much swag that I could fucking go head to head with the president of the company. And probably it's just because I felt morally this is what I needed to do. And whatever the repercussions, this was the right thing, the honorable thing, the noble thing to do. So I said, I'm not going to put it up. I said, I've got this trainer, and she helped this guy with his blood pressure. She changed his life. I get this guy, he helped him drop 50 pounds. He's changed his life. I got this one who works with an elderly lady who's actually walking a lot better now. She changed her life. So I don't only have one person here changing lives. We have a whole staff that's changing lives, and that's why we do so well with our numbers. So there was a silence. And then he said, you're going to put the paper up because I told you to. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not putting that paper up. I'm not jeopardizing my staff. I'm not belittling them because you want more money to come in, because you only see money is changing lives. Money changes your life, but I got a whole staff here that's changing lives. And the more I pushed, the more he pushed. I'm the president of the company. This is what I told you to do. You have to do this. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Now, taking a stand on a conference call with 10 other fitness trainers, fitness managers on there, as well as the club manager, they're like, what the fuck? You can't do this. And I'm like, you know what? This is what I have to stand for. What's he going to do? Fire me? Well, after the conference call, and I hadn't said anything to the trainers. They didn't know anything about this. After the conference call, about 2 hours later, I get called in the office and was told, we need your resignation. And I asked why, and they said, you know why. We can't say it, but if you don't resign, we'll have to fire you. And you can't come back at a later date and apply for the company again. So please give us your resignation. Then later on, in a year or so, you can reapply to the company and you can probably get back in. Well, at that point, I just signed the paper. I went to my room. I took a box. I was putting my shit from my desk in the box, taking my pictures off the wall, and the trainers saw me doing it. They were like, what's going on? So I explained to them. I said, I went to bat for you guys. This is the deal. Don't let these people push you around. They need you more than you need them, hands down. Don't be pushed around by them, no matter who they put in here in my position now. Don't let them push you around into doing what they want you to do. You do what you do. That's the thing. If you want to do what they want you to do, fine. But if you don't want to, stand up for yourself. And, all of them were kind of shocked. And I was too. I really didn't think I'd get fired because it was all about the numbers, and we were hitting those numbers. When I was brought into that club to be the manager, it wasn't hitting. For like 6 months, it hadn't hit. We got there, and the numbers hit. So I figured as long as the numbers are coming in, they don't give a shit. They'll be happy. But don't tell the president of the company to go fuck himself, essentially, on a conference call, or you're going to get fired. So I walked out with a box full of my shit I had a Ford Explorer, and my client was coming in. I was supposed to train him at like 6 o'clock. He says, what's going on? I said, I got fired. Here's the deal. I'll be in touch if you want to come train with me. If not, I understand you still have some sessions here, etc. And I drove away. And that was pretty much the end of me versus corporate America. I started my own training not long after that. I took about a month off because I had a competition coming up. I competed, and after that, a few of those trainers that were on staff at that gym came with me. We all went to another gym. It wasn't very far from where we were at before. Brought their clients there, made more money than they were making at the other gym, and everybody was pretty much happy. So it kind of worked out in the end, and I think that the only reason that they followed me down to the other gym and got out of there was, one, they knew that without me there, a lot of shit was going to come on them and a lot of things were going to change. Two, they respected me for standing up for them. And three, that it didn't matter who they put in there, eventually the same thing would happen. Like they would put someone else in there that they would come down on, or put someone else that would come down on. They kept offering my position to different people, and they kept turning it down because of the fact that, it is a high pressure position, but you just got to do things you don't want to do. And if you don't want to do them and you stand up, you're out. So that was my end of corporate gym working. I've been on my own ever since. And I'm glad I did it. To this day, I don't know, I think that president has eventually stepped down and things have changed within the ranks of that company. And the company's doing very poorly anyways. But bottom line was, I didn't really care about the repercussions. I needed to do what the right thing was to do. And the right thing was to stand up to corporate greed and say, you may be using these people and taking 70% of their profits and putting them in your pocket, but you're not going to belittle them just because you want to motivate them and light a fire under this. All my people have fires under their asses and they're producing. I'm not doing this. And it was the right thing to do. So that's my birthday story time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is the blog, and wear the birthday bicep, and we're out.